Looks like you go 80 miles on PAS. Well, it is a beautiful day, so I am gonna take off my handlebar mitts. We're gonna ride just our naked handlebars. Yeah, looks better without them, but man, when it's cold, it's sure nice to have them. But when it's not cold no more, and you can see they come off, really easy. I really like them, but on these warm days, they're gone. Well, here's what the bike looks like. I put my blue seat on there, but other than that, and the fact that I changed the FREEWHEEL, everything else is stock. And I actually put some air in the tires. The back one was only at 10. I've been doing my range test with a 10. The front was at like 15, I think. So hopefully we'll get a little bit better accurate today. Well, here's where we're starting. Add 40 miles on there because I reset it by accident trying to figure out the trip odometer. And I still haven't figured out how to reset the trip. If anybody knows, please let me know. I've tried looked everywhere. I can't find it nowhere. Well, let's see how this camera works here. I think it'll work all right. I was able to get on it without falling down or without breaking my neck, so hopefully. We'll see how this turns out. I broke my other selfie stick yesterday. I just broke off in my hands. So I wondered, hanging out there like they do with just that one little bolt. I didn't think that type was going to last very long, but man, it took off really fast. I think there might have been maybe a hairline crack in it or something. Regardless, it's broke. So I'm using my other selfie today. Let's see how this goes. But it is like 74 degrees. It is kind of windy, but I'll take the wind on 74 degrees. So I wonder if I'll be able to tell the difference in the riding with the proper air in the back. We shall see. But I think we might try to do another range test today. I'm on 5 right now, and it's about 25 miles an hour, so it's not, too awfully slow. This particular bike actually has 7 passive assist settings. Boy, that's hard to say. And so I don't know, unless I get bored and want to go faster. But we'll see what we do here. Yeah, I want to get you some range tests because, it's kind of hard to know sometimes in real world environments how it's going to go. And yeah. Okay, kicked into all-wheel drive. It does get me going a little faster up these hills, so that's nice. But I'm gonna get this thing dialed in here, and yeah, I think this is gonna be my regular road bike. Yeah, my test from the other day with my tire at 10 pounds probably didn't give a very good accurate indication here. You see that flag there, how bad the wind's blowing. So, yeah, I got to remember that I can't get too close to the side with this thing hanging out like this. Don't want to wipe my camera out like on a mailbox or something. But we'll go over and see our dogs here today. Maybe we'll get a good run with the dogs. That's always fun. Yeah, it is pretty windy today. Well, we started at 114 miles, so yeah, I wish I could figure out how to reset the trip. That's a trip, man. Can't figure it out. It's probably staring at me right in the face, and I just don't realize it. Well, I almost lost my head thing here. Yeah, the Amish out there for their Sunday service. They actually do their church services first, and then afterwards they play volleyball. In our area, they're really big on volleyball. If I wasn't so shy, I'd ask them if I could stop and play volleyball with them. Because old Papa was a halfway decent volleyball player in his day. Believe it or not, Papa was a halfway decent basketball player. I had a mean hook shot. I'm so short, they would always defend over me. So I learned to get really good on my outside hook shot. And so, you know, I'd be the last person chosen because I was so short, you know. I didn't look like a basketball player. And but on that outward end, just whoosh, whoosh. Sometimes things don't look like they ought to be a certain way, you know. But this is the kind of day that you want to do a range test on. Other than the wind, I don't like the wind, but as far as the temperature, the other day I was doing a range test, it was cold. So we've done a range test on the PAS number 7, PAS number 6, and PAS, this will be PAS number 5 here. And I'm averaging, my speedometer says right at 24.5 miles an hour, so. And this is only in a rear wheel drive, so. On these really steep hills, I might engage the all-wheel drive just to help me, but it seems to be doing all right on this. I don't know, this is probably a 4 or 5% grade, I would think, or 6 maybe, I don't know. It's hard for me to judge that sometimes. But as long as I don't forget that my cameras out there and hug a mailbox. Got to stay at least an arm length away. Probably never get that close anyways, but you never know. Yeah, this is a pretty comfortable pace now that I changed the FREEWHEEL. Going on PS7, even with the FREEWHEEL change, my legs are still moving faster than they were with the H8. But I'm going to remedy that real soon here and put another crankshaft on here. Another crankset. And because I have severe hip issues, and I probably shouldn't even be riding a bike, but I love it so much I do anyways. And if my legs move too fast, then I start having hip issues. And so, this is about the speed I like to go. Maybe a little faster than this, but I want to go at a higher speed, so I don't like the ghost pedaling. Yeah, it's for the life of me, I don't know why they always, on these fast e-bikes, they don't make them so you don't ghost pedal. Well, it ain't that big a deal to change, and then I feel like it's mine then, because I made changes to it. Yeah. I think we're going to get a much better reading on this with that rear tire inflated where it was supposed to be. Always have that habit of just hopping on my bike and going when I get it brand new. Don't even check the air in the tires. Not a good habit to get into, but I just get so excited. Yep, I wasn't known for patience when I was a young kid. I've kind of gotten a little over the years, but it pretty much stressed my patience having to wait for this. It's like I wanted it now. But we got it, so we got it. Yeah, having the camera out like that on this side, that should be good for the doggies. In fact, I might try to lower it closer to the ground. Maybe. I'll try it this time like this and see what happens. Don't want to waste a whole bunch of time that I've already wasted trying to get everything set up. Yeah, it seems like to get a selfie stick that holds up on a bike or a motorcycle, you need to have 2 contact points. Otherwise, all that stress is way out there, The longer you go out with it, the more stress, there is on it, so. But I think this will work. But man, it's beautiful other than the wind. I think I'm gonna stop and put my seat up a little bit. I was thinking my seat was probably down too low. This bike, the standover height's a lot different than the H8. I think it's like a couple inches lower. So for you shorter people who have a hard time on the H8, this should solve that problem. If you were just at the edge of it. I think it's interesting though, they changed They changed the sizes from the H8, it was 5.2 to 6.4, and on this one they changed it to 5.3, 6.4. So I think they kind of realized they overestimated on the bottom end on the H8, so they're kind of trying to compensate on this one. But we'll stop up here and I'll arrange this seat a little higher. See, I'm really high if I was on the H8. There's a good 3 or 4 inches in between here. And on the H8, a lot of times I just rode with the seat all the way down. And just like that, I get my hand all full of grease. I'll wipe it on my black pants. Those things get really dirty for some reason. All right, let's see what this does. A stranger in the house. Those cows took off running. Yeah, I feel a lot higher here, but yeah, I think I can get used to it at this height. Maybe put it just a touch too high. I gotta figure out a little travel bag I can get for this. I can mount it up here, put some wet wipes in it, and probably some gloves and maybe my toolkit and everything. Probably a good idea. Have a few tools around. Yeah, I think this speed's even faster than my ecotric was, and I put 10,600 miles on that going at a slower speed than this, so. And you know, that was a really good first bike. That was a really good first bike. Introduced me to e-bikes. Yeah, you can see the flag there, how much it's blowing in the wind. Yeah, this sign's kind of funny here. These people, they got a sign out in front of their house and they change it to different sayings all the time. And it says the best way to get free advice is to get married. I'll just leave that one there. Oh, look at the sheep up here, outside the gate up here. out there because the grass is always greener on the other side, you know. Grass is always greener on the other side. Well, we didn't have no cars come from behind, so that's nice. Yeah, this thing coasts a lot better now, which you would expect it to. You would expect it to. Yeah, I come through here one time flying as fast as I could go, and there's a guy working on the road, alongside the road here, trying to get limbs that fell down, and scared him. I try to get a lot of speed to get up that hill when I'm in high gear, you know, and so I went up here and I rode on my ride, and then I went back and talked to him. Told him I didn't mean to scare you. He said, "Oh, that's all right." He said, "I think once I realized what was going on, he said, I thought it was funny." Always try to be a good ambassador for us crazy e-bikers. You know, on motorcycle go flying by and people wouldn't think nothing about it. Of course, you can hear them from a distance, so that's probably the difference. But you let it be an e-bike, and you know they want to make new rules for you already. Up here by the dogs, I may up my PAS and put it in all-wheel drive so I can stay ahead of them if they don't see me right away. If they see me right away, it's all off. They'll be all around me. I'll be slamming on the brakes. And there's like six dogs up here that come out and chase me. 6. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna try to put some serious miles on this. I want to beat my H8 record. I'm coming up on 14,000 miles with my H8, and I haven't had it for a year, according to when I uploaded the video. So I was originally going to try to get to 15 during that time, but you know, the jumbo happened. So it's hard. It's hard. But I'll still be riding it from time to time. Sometimes when I want a nostalgic, you know, feeling. Yeah, I wish I knew where my half-hour thing is on this, because this Insta360, it records in half-hours increments, and when it's getting done with one and starting the other, there's a little, you know, blank spot there that it will miss a lot of the action. So. Okay, I pumped it up to 7. I'm gonna stick that all-wheel drive on too. he is. There he is. There you are, buddies. Watch out. Don't want to get hit. Watch out there, buddy. Yeah. Well, he was drooling at the mouth there. I don't know if you saw that. Well, maybe I'll rearrange my thing up here because I'm going out on the main highway. I don't want to be sticking way out there like that. So we'll see what we can do up here. All right. Yeah, looks like I might have got it. Yeah, probably the easiest thing to do right now is to slide this one back this way. Oops, doing the wrong one here. Got the one on the bottom to do. For sale. Couldn't see a price on it. More than I probably want to spend on a toy like that. We'll probably go around up here. Well, they turn that way, so maybe. Usually if there's a car behind me, I'll turn up here and go the back way. I think I will anyway, just I don't like to be out here going this slow. Of course, I did it all with my ecotric, didn't I? But this will probably add like half a mile, but we're on a range test, so it don't matter today, does it? Well, we've come about like 11 miles, I think. 114 to 125. So yeah. Yeah, one thing I don't like as much as I did on the H8 is the odometer. The odometer on the H8, the numbers are huge, so you can see it real easy. This one is a little hard on these old eyes. And not having a trip, that is a little irritating. I'd like to have a trip odometer. I don't know if they forgot to program it in or what. It says you can change it from the odometer reset page, but all that I see there is that odometer. Maybe later I'll try hooking my phone up with that app and see if I can reset it from the phone. If I can do that, then that would be okay too. And then I could see my miles and everything right from my phone, I think. Not sure how that app works, but it'll take me a while, but after a while I'll figure out all the ins and outs. Papa may be slow, but he's consistent. Yeah, if I can do 50 miles a day average, it'd take me 10 months. 50 miles a day, that'd be 1,500 a month. Take me 10 months to get to the goal that I set for the H8 for a year, so we shall see. Yeah, I need to be putting some flat out in this. Hadn't got none in there yet. It's another one of those things I just wanted to ride. And you gotta be careful how much flat out that you put in it. They say a half a bag per fat tire. I had some when I changed my tire on my H8. I had some in the tube already, and then I added another half, and I think that was too much. It slowed me down a little bit, I think. Yeah, I say with this full suspension, you know, with the H8, I kind of watched out for holes and stuff, because I looked back and seen the reflection of my 360 camera on the bridge, and it looked like it was bent because it was on the ground and then on the bridge. Freaked me out. Anyways, when with the H8, I would look for holes, you know, because the suspension seat post really helped, but you could still feel it. But with this one here, with the rear suspension along with the suspension seat, it's going to be pretty hard to beat that ride. And then you add the fat tires on top of that. Makes for a pretty smooth ride. Yeah, I do kind of notice that the tires are humming louder now that I have more air in them. That's okay. It won't be long. I'll wear off the knobs and there won't be no sound at all. There's a skunk in the road here. Hope I can get by it before this guy goes by in a car, hit that thing and squish it on me. Okay, we made it. That would ruin your day, wouldn't it? Get even with the skunk and the car come by and run over it and squish it and squirt all that stuff out on you. Yep, see, they ride the UTVs right down the roads here. Hopefully that's a pretty good indication that we're not going to get any e-bike laws here anytime soon. It's like, leave me alone. That's all I want. Just want to be left alone. Oh, there's a house was auctioned over here. Look like they're over here working on it already. At least I think it was that one. There's a bunch of sheep. Hey, sheep. Yeah, the other day I saw that sign there. Someone was looking for a pit bull named Peggy that was pregnant when she got lost, and just so happened earlier that day I saw a pit bull and it looked a lot like it, you know, according to what I remembered. But once I got home and looked at the pictures, I could see that it was a different dog. To this day, I don't know if it was a male or a female, but 27 miles an hour, going downhill. And PAS number 5. Yeah, doing a range test on PAS 4 is gonna be hard for me, folks. I think I'll save that for when I go up to Tunnel Hill or something. Because being out on the highways, doing that slow amount, I don't like that. And that's what people say, e-bikes are getting too fast. Well, they don't say the same about motorcycles. When you're riding them on the road, who cares? Helps me to get out of the way of people. Now, I understand, you know, you might not want to have a 10-year-old have a 50-mile-an-hour e-bike. You know, I understand those arguments, but for those of us that have seen multiples of 10, quite a few multiples of 10, you know, we ought to be able to do it. And I always hold it in the back of my memory that, or in the back of my mind, that if they did pass a law like that, I would just put some blinkers on and go have it as a motorcycle. Either a motorcycle or a scooter. Well, what's this guy gonna do? Is he going to pass me, or he's gonna wait? I guess he's gonna wait. I guess he's going back that way. Maybe he's the farmer that owns that back there. I don't know. But well, there's where we're at so far. $134, is it? I can't see it. 134, I guess. I'm trying to figure out if it's best to be on the right side with the camera or the left side. If it's on the right side, I can hug. On the left side, I can hug the side of the road. And usually people will go that far around. If they get that close, I'm getting scared. Where if it's on the right side, you gotta watch for mailboxes and stuff. Yeah, we're going right into the wind now. So I think we're right at 20 miles now, I think. The other day with PAS 6 and 7, I got around 30 miles. Hey, horsey. But that was with my half-flat tire. This seems like it's really a nice cruising speed right here. It's not too slow to where you get really bored, and it's not real fast so it eats up all your juice. And I actually feel like I'm adding to the momentum. Like I said before, I think I can actually ride this bike without any power, at least for a little ways. With my health issues, it's probably not something I can do very far, but Yeah. Boy, this is fun today. You know, there's some days you ride just because that's what you do, you know. Kind of like, you know, working out at the gym or something. You get up and that's just something that you do every day, and there's days that you just kind of go through the motions because, you know. And on a bike, sometimes you kind of go through the motions a little bit because it's cold or rainy or windy or something. But on days like today, boy, that makes up for all those other days I rode in the horrible weather. Makes these days feel so good. Oh, beautiful day, beautiful day. All right, people, this should make you really want to get out there and get yourself an e-bike so you can get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I know it might not be like this where you're at, but it won't be long. You know, we're right smack dab in the middle of the country, and won't be long, another month or two from now, you'll all be having this kind of weather. Get your bike ordered and get it there so you can join Papa in his quest to get 15,000 miles. That's my goal this year, 15,000 miles on this Philodo Jumbo. Have a jumbo bike, you need a jumbo go. I get freaked out because I'm used to looking in my mirror and seeing my camera at a certain position. And I look and it's not there. What happened? Where's that? Oh, that's right. It's down there. Yep. I wonder if those clamps would open up enough to stick that on the fork. I really like these sideways shots. You can make it look like you're flying right along with it. And I think tomorrow when I ride, I'm just going to ride. And then every day now I've been doing some kind of a test. It'd be nice to just be able to ride and not to be having to think about that all the time. But Papa's doing the grunt work for you to help you make that decision whether or not you want to pay that money. I mean, you know, the Jumbo is quite a bit more dollars than the H8, but if you're planning on putting an extra battery on the H8, this is the way to go. Because something like this, you know, you could leave the external battery home if you wasn't going to go more than 30 or 40 miles, probably, maybe 50. But I just leave it on there because, you know, I like to have that extra assurance that I'm going to get home if I decide to go someplace else. I don't get that range anxiety. I don't like range anxiety. If I could get a bike that'd go 1,000 miles, I would. And then I just ride. Start in the morning and I'd come home at night. And my wife would say, "Who are you?" Nope, I'm still working on that trailer. I got it figured out in my mind how I'm gonna make it. Sound like this. I'm going up this hill here and all I gotta do is push the all-wheel drive and it gives me that extra boost just to get up the hill. I mean, it brings me right back up to the speed I was going. So it really straightens out the hills for you. Then when you get to the top, you can turn that bad boy off. That's one thing I missed on the H8, not being able to turn it off and on. I mean, You can use the throttle and it would be on, but yeah. And this one, all right, now we got a new road here. And then when I come back, I'll have a new battery, so I can just ride. And when I come back, I'll have a new battery, I can just ride. I wonder what time it's getting to be. I'll say 3:30. Oh, 3:50. I was off by 20 minutes. Yeah, I need to turn my internal clock to daylight saving time or something. Got a tight rein on that pit bull back there. That dog here is just standing straight up too. Well, I'm not blinking anymore. When I got down on the flat here, it stopped. So we'll see. Well, check these dogs out up here. These dogs, this one will run behind me and then get on the left side of me most likely. That's what it usually does. So the camera should work out just right for that. If they're out today, they might not be out today. There they are. There's only one though. Hey buddy. Hey, hey. Hey, where's your buddy at? Didn't see nobody. Well, this hill's pretty rough on this. Hell, there you are, sneaking up behind me. Sneaking up behind me. Must have been out back or something. Hey, cow. Murr. I didn't even see it, just heard it till the last second there. Yeah, the other day, man, we had like 5 or 6 pit bulls up here. Ain't gonna be out today, don't look like. This truck here has got a nice thing in the back. Looks like a deer in the back. It's one of those tailgate things. I don't know if the camera will get it, but yeah. It was a perfect day for riding. Just a little bit too much wind, but other than that. But like I said before, I'll take wind at 75 over no wind at 35 any day. Problem is, at 35 you get the wind too. That's cold. Well, there's this hound dog up here that comes and chases me all the time. Not gonna be fun going by him with no battery or with a low battery, because he'll probably catch me. Probably catch me. I'll be real quiet, maybe he won't see me till the last second. A lot of times he hides right behind that tree. Yeah, I've seen a couple dogs out there, but they saw me. So I might go back this way. See if I can get some more of those little dogs for you. Well, there's a lot of traffic on this road today. Usually isn't. Yeah, the guy has a scooter like mine. Yeah, let's see what we got here. See if we can make it back to those dogs on this battery. I don't think so. Starting to feel it. Oh, maybe. Yeah, nice old guy. Well, can we make it by the dogs again? If he comes running out, I'm gonna have to reach down and turn that battery on. Yeah, we made it by it. Yeah, I said I didn't think I'd make it back here, but lo and behold, here we are. Kind of surprises me. You wouldn't think going down one PAS setting would add that much to your ride. But we are getting pretty close to the end here because it's starting to slow down pretty good. But I want to make sure I get the 40 miles for you, so we'll just keep riding here. Probably right about that hill there would be 40 miles. Like I said, you can get more than that with dual batteries because two batteries running with a switcher is more efficient than one battery running all the way down and then you swapping out the batteries, because both batteries are running a lot cooler and so they run more efficient. And so, you know, I get it where people say I'll just bring the battery along and when it runs down I'll switch, and yeah, that works. I did that with my ecotric, but I always seemed like it would die on a busy road. And so there I'm out there trying to change the battery with cars flying by. So yeah. But I got a really strong headwind, so we're not going to make it up this hill, I don't think. Whew, that wind's blowing strong. Yeah, we're slowing down pretty good now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch over up here at higher speed because this is a highway and I don't want to be going this slow on the highway, so we're gonna call it 40 miles, I guess. So that'd be 80 with the two batteries on PAS 5. Not too shabby if you ask me. Probably a lot more miles than you'd ever want to ride in a day. But you can ride without getting range anxiety. I'll pull in this little driveway here and that way I'll be off the road. I almost broke it. Stuck my leg down there and yeah. All right. See if we can rearrange this to a different position here. That'd probably work. There we go. All right, we're gonna turn this battery on. Let's get our official miles here. I think you can do 40 miles on PAS 5. I can barely see that even in the camera. Oh yeah, that's cool. This bad boy up as high as it'll go, and I'm on a cruise now. After riding real slow, this feels good. Oh yeah, this is nice. Even in the wind. See if we can get a top speed for you here. 35. We'll stick it on all-wheel drive the rest of the way home. We can have some fun here. This thing's really peppy when it's on all-wheel drive. Really peppy. Peppy long stocking, how I love my funny name. I don't know where that come from. Probably some show my kids watched when they were kids. So you can do 80 miles on PAS 5. Car sneaking up behind me. Didn't realize that car was back there. Yeah, I've seen those dogs a couple times before, but I'm usually going the other way when they chase me. .36 with a slight hill. It's sure is windy out. Well, we should get 50 miles in today. It's something how you can smell people's perfume when they go by in their car. I guess the wind's kind of blowing through the car. Yeah, I just realized I don't have no bones for me today for my puppies. Well, that was pretty exhilarating. Going through that turn at full speed. Oh, I love having full battery. That's when this bike is really fun. I'm gonna get me a bar extender and I can put that selfie stick from the handlebar to the bar extender, and that should really make it strong. Then when I want to go sideways, I can just go across the handlebars, I think. Yep, I can pedal at full speed, but it's pretty fast. Makes it hard to talk too. Not that you have to hear me talk or anything, but yeah, I guess that's why you what you come here for, I guess. Well, I guess people come here probably for different reasons. Some probably be just as well I didn't say nothing. Yep, you put it in all-wheel drive, it's pretty peppy. Pretty peppy. A lot of fun to ride. Yeah, the neat thing is if I change the crankset, if I want to have it like stock, I just go down a gear. And it's about like stock. That's how my H8 was anyway. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Okay, it seems like if you don't have the all-wheel drive on and you use the throttle, it doesn't engage the front, only engages the back. But if you do have the all-wheel drive engaged, the throttle will engage the front. I wasn't sure of that, but it's got way too much pep now for it to be otherwise. Eating bugs. Yuck. Ah, getting hot. Hurting too. there's where we ended. It looks like it's right at 50 miles. I have to check what the starting was, but yeah, that was fun. My new FREEWHEEL on there. I'm soon to have a new crank on there. A little bit bigger. Get this thing all dialed in. Need to put a zip tie right here probably. No, that goes up and down, so maybe not. Just leave it alone. Alrighty, well, this is Papa Blue Shirt. Looks like you go 80 miles on PAS5. So that's really good range. I was really surprised with that. So if you went down to 3, you'd probably get 100, 125 maybe even, you know. If you went down to 2, 150. And if you're a glutton for punishment and you want to ride all day, you can go down to 1 and you can probably ride daylight to dark. You know, if you're riding in the woods, you're not riding that fast and not on that high of a PAS setting. So, I mean, you can go a long ways in the woods. With the Hanover, that only has a 16 amp hour battery. And I rode for 5 hours. And I had to come out of the woods. Why? Squirrels make a lot of noise. I had to come out of the woods and ride on the road just to get it to run out. I wanted to see how far it'd go, and it took me forever. But yeah, alrighty. Well, this is Papa Blue Shirt. Thanks for riding with me today. This is the Philodo Jumbo. You need to get one of these. These are nice. I'll leave a link down below so you can go check it out. This is Papa Blue Shirt. Goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.